risen.
Yes, just because of those changes to those two heroes. So that said, why don't we jump right into the draft, and we can see, you guys just keep an eye on this, see how Nazebo plays into this, because that was the huge factor.
Whoa. Whoa. Ban on Brightwing.
Yeah, that's...
immediately.
Not only is it really rare to see a support banned out, Tassadar aside, because he's really more played as an assassin, but just to see a support banned out
what they're saying is, go ahead, grab Nazebo. Go ahead. You don't have Brightwing now, so if you want Nazebo, he's yours. And Tychus gets banned out here. Oh my goodness, I'm already loving this.
I knew that the draft was going to be very exciting this game just because of this. I like just to see how the teams dance around. They're both very good at drafting. So
now, just to explain, Brightwing is a really strong pair with a hero like Nazebo, and the reasoning is Brightwing has both Polymorph and Emerald Wind to sit by the Nazebo and just be a bodyguard.
Okay, keep going.
What's wrong?
Jake, you have misspelled the Maelstrom.
Oh, goodness.
Nice. Wow. Okay, all right, so continuing. So,
it's
like I've made a grave error somewhere. What is this?
A grave mistake. Well, unfortunately, I actually can't fix that right now. So, Maelstrom, not Strom. Strum. Well, anyways, aside me being stupid, we can look at the drafts here. Now, we have Vala being picked up here by Symbiote Gaming. Vala is a really strong ranged assassin, and we have the Nazebo pick with Falset as well. So we're saying, okay, you get Vala, we get the other two big ranged assassins, and SMG opting, it's just full-on assassin picks right now. Nazebo's technically a specialist, but she serves the damage-dealing role. Tassadar and Zeratul. What do you think? I mean, Tassadar, ranged assassin, essentially.
I mean, I guess they're putting it seems right now, up until this point in the draft, they're putting a lot of faith in Void Prison, but that doesn't actually cancel out the tribute. I guess it just stalls it. So, we're gonna have to wait and see what the rest of their two picks are. Maybe they're just saving Muradin. They haven't taken any warriors yet. They could be, going for Stitches. There's a lot of still a ton of options available to them to deal with Ravenous Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're seeing the picks here and actually grabbing Stitches Malfurion again.
Okay.
Getting the spin 'em on my lawn option available here. You get the Hook Gorge and you get the Malfurion with the roots. It's such a strong combo. Seeing that Malfurion skin yet again, the Betrayer Malfurion, I love it.
And of course, we're going to see Stitches build into a full slam build. He's going to take anytime he can take range. He's going to take the stun at level 16. That's another way to get rid of the Ravenous Spirit. If he can get into position to deal with it, that will be one of the stuns that they will use. Now, what do they have aside from that? Nothing on Tassadar, nothing on Vala. Zeratul has Void Prison, which could stall it out for a little bit, but that's it. They're putting a lot of faith into Stitches being able to get into position to deal with the Ravenous Spirit.
But they're going with the same mentality they went with before, and it's like, okay, let's not really worry about it too much and just heal through it with Malfurion. So Malfurion is almost like the priority target here for Maelstrom, because, or Strum. Maelstrom.
Maelstrom. Maelstrom in the guitar.
And we're waiting here.
Yeah, we're waiting on that final pick.
Yeah, they're thinking about it. They're thinking hard. Ooh, he's changing the skin. No longer Lemon Lime Malfurion. Now he's full on Mad Furion.
That's my favorite one.
As mad as it gets. He is mad as hell, and he's not going to take it anymore.
Yep. And so I think that they're thinking over a little bit. They're looking at the strategy. Maybe they're saying, what's the best way for us to just deal with Stitches? Because honestly, if they can counter Stitches, quote unquote, method to dealing with Nazebo, we might be able to just run away with this game. As things stand right now, I honestly would give the edge very much so to C9, unless there's something about this particular strategy and lineup that they have in mind that we haven't seen before. But just pick side of things, I would give the edge to C9 Maelstrom.
Yeah, their comp is strong, and their final pick is Chen Stormstout.
Yep.
So they've got the double front line. They've got the Chen Arthas. The amount of zoning they have for that Nazebo. I mean, they don't have Brightwing, but they have a scary front line. You've got the Panda Pals to zone. You've got the Howling Blast from Arthas. You've got the Wall of the Dead to use around Nazebo to protect her from those hooks. Protect him. I always call her.
Yep.
I don't know why I can't stop that.
There's a lot available. A lot of opportunity available for Nazebo, like you were saying. So it's a lot of it's going to come down to dealing with it, and it's a lot of pressure on Dreadnought, like I was saying, on Stitches to deal with it. It looks as though both teams are ready, so we are going to be jumping into game number 1, Grand Finals, Kings of the Storm number 4. Here we go.
Kubi!
Are you hyped? I'm hyped. Are you kidding me? I've been waiting 2 weeks for this. This is so exciting.
Winners, finals, the rematch is finally here upon us. Yep. The last Kings of the Storm of 2014, and this is the dream match. Will it deliver?
We will have to see.
We will have to see. Dragonshire is, in fact, going to be our map, and we're loading up on in. The load is almost complete. The load is almost here.
Play-by-play. Play-by-play of the loading screen.
The characters are spawning. The red carpet is here, but no, we don't want to look at the red carpet. We want to look at the blue carpet.
Yes.
And as we shift on over, let's introduce our team.
Okay, so for Symbiote Gaming, we have Dreadnought on Stitches, Mad Timmy on Malfurion, Arthlon on Vala, Soldier will be playing Zeratul this game, and KO rounding it out on Tassadar.
Now, once again, they're going with the 4 pink money pigs, and then the leader, their shot caller, has the golden money pig. The synergy,
good eye, Jake.
Just the mounts in general, they're so well balanced here for Symbiote Gaming. I don't know how Cloud9's going to handle it, but introducing their team, we have Dunktrain playing on False Head Biceps, and we'll be playing as Nazebo. Kenma on Uther, King Caffeine on Arthas, and last but not least, in the top lane, we have Zuna playing as Chen Stormstout. Now, we can see this, 4 members in the bush right here. They're just looking for any kind of rotation. They're looking for an early pick.
Unfortunately, Tassadar is the one who seems to be in mid lane. He's going to pop Oracle just about right there. And he's well aware of these shenanigans that could be going down. So good on KO to just pop that Oracle, which gives him a ton of vision radius, and he can see through those bushes. So their little party bush is... it's a foul attempt.
Foul attempt indeed. When we have this rotation into the bottom lane, they're just going to be playing. I mean, right now it looks like they're just kind of rotating a lot. I mean, 4 immediately going into the bottom lane. Matt Timmy has to try to dodge that. He has roots available still, so he should be okay. But the wall of the dead going to zone him out. Doesn't get trapped in. Goes into his top corner, and you can see that we have actually Soldier, giving some zone. He can blink over that wall if he had to try to give some assistance, but taps the wall already for Matt Timmy.
Actually, the entire reason that Matt Timmy didn't die there was because they saw Soldier rotate down and they got scared. They said, okay, I mean, we might be able to get the kill on Malfurion here, but we're going to maybe pay 1 or 2 heroes because we don't know who else is behind him. Right. We saw that they made some kind of rotation. They were well aware of what was happening. So
both teams already, though, so aggressive here
very,
in
very
this
aggressive
match. And trying to get this push on the bottom lane, and in the top lane, we have Soldier going up here. Zuna going to be a really hard target to kill, but they at least want to get that the shrine available for them.
Yep. So, like we do have the 3 push bottom, and then Soldier is sort of rotating around. This is very similar to the last set that we saw versus Glorious Gaming. At least it was on Cursed Hollow, I think we saw this type of rotation. So, also the last time we saw this map, I think it was more than 10 minutes before we saw the first Dragon Knight. What tends to happen is you'll have one team will favor, they'll put extra heroes in perhaps the bottom lane just to make sure that there's no shenanigans happen. They're going to hold that bottom shrine, and then maybe one of the other teams will put 3 or 2 heroes extra in the top lane to make sure that they keep the other shrine. Now, teams have to hold both shrines before they can cap the Dragon Knight in the middle, which basically powers up a hero into a high health pool, high damage dealing, at least to
and it's so hard to do that. When you have to control both lanes, you have to be winning both of your lanes to cap that, and then you have to be able to winning the middle lane as well in order to grab the Dragon Knight.
Right.
So but Dunktrain is very low. He's getting really cheeky here. We see the vault forward, kind of greedy by Arthlon, but the root is there's the zone, but Kenma is coming from the side. He's going to be able to get this kill on Arthlon. Oh my goodness, the protective shield going down.
Gotta be kidding
Will he
me.
live? He's still alive, but Soldier is very, very low. Does he have Blink? He does have Blink. He gets out of here. Matt Timmy going to be trying to zone, get him out of here as well, and no one dies. They get the kill for free.
Wow. I saw the position that Arthlon was in. I was like,
he said,
he said.
Yeah. Wow.
The offensive dash forward, and
that's a very rare thing to do. To see a Valor player in general to use their vault offensively, tumbling forward like that, it's not very common. And he did it to Chase. He got the kill on Falstad, but man, that shield was so clutch. Level 4 shielding, very strong talent.
It starts out as a 200 HP shield, which is, or not HP, but just as a shield. It's a 200 blocking damage, so it's good. It's significant early on, and it actually scales pretty well late game too. So a very solid talent. We see a lot of supports taking this. I mean, of course, we saw Uther is also taking this talent.
Oh my goodness, the aggression is on Dunktrain once again. They're just throwing down a Singularity Spike and a multi-shot, and the Moonfire actually hitting both Kenma and Dunktrain. So they're keeping this aggression on. Arthalon, though, got to be careful, as there are, in fact, 3 members here. And when you consider the lockdown you get from the wall and the stun from Kenma, it's really a scary place to be.
Okay, so we have level 7 talents, and it would seem as though C9 Maelstrom has grabbed both shrines for the time being. It's going to be difficult for them to be uninterrupted to channel that middle shrine, while Dreadnought is retaking the top shrine. So, a little bit of a scare for SMG there, but no worries.
They're just controlling this bottom lane so well, though.
They are.
It's scary. They got the tower, a nice little small victory here, putting them a little bit ahead in the experience league. I mean, experience is pretty much dead even here for both teams. But Arthlon is actually at a point where if they do something cheeky,
it could be scary. I mean, if he was level, if he had sprint or something like that. I mean, but obviously his positioning for the situation that they're in. But yeah, like you said, there could be a dash forward from Dunk Train, and just you one hammer of justice and he's gone. So you got to be careful.
Well, we got this big rotation into the middle lane from Biceps, Kenmon, King Caffeine looks like he's going to the top lane. No, just kind of scoping around, making sure no one's there. We have the actual Hearth back, so no aggression will be there. SMG will take both shrines, but that's why they have this extra aggression in the middle lane, making sure they protect that Dragon Knight from being capped.
There is no way that KO is going to be able to get up there uncontested. You have to be able to channel the Dragon Knight Shrine for over 2 seconds without being hit by anything. So you're going to have to find yourself at a kill advantage or something in order to cap that shrine.
Well, King Caffeine looking for something here. Yuzuna is actually kind of low. It looks like they did a decent amount of damage 2v1 in this top lane. Caffeine taking a lot of damage. The hook goes down, but they have no way to slow him down here. There's no kind of root or stun available, so he's just going to be just fine. And, both shrines, one for one at this point in the game, continuing to be relatively stable, and they're just going to keep just kind of feeling each other out, looking for that first gank. But level 10 is almost here.
We actually didn't even get a chance to talk about the level 7 talents, so real quick, I would say that a majority of SMG's talents that were taken are pretty standard, with the exception of Tenderizer, so that's always an option. But some of the odd ones, we see Clairvoyance taken from the Zebo.
Whoa,
so that's an interesting one. Usually we see them take Gidbin, which
we just missed 2 kills, and my apologies. I'm like looking at the
going on right now.
I'm just looking at the talents right now, and but yes, Falstad and Illidan died, 1 for each team, so even trades there. Apologies for missing that, but continue, Corey.
Yeah, and we also have Holy Devotion on Uther, which powers up all of his abilities while he's in his Ghost Trait after he dies. That's an unusual one to see.
Yeah, it's rising in popularity to some extent, but it's still unusual.
Yep. And we also, while we're talking about this, both teams hit level 10. We see Gorge from Stitches, and of course Ravenous Spirit. I mean, Tranquility. Most of these are fairly normal.
Oh, but Mad Timmy taking a lot of damage here. He tried to mount up, and he got the stun, and the Ravenous Spirit is used almost immediately. Kind of a weird Ravenous. Yeah, it's kind of I mean, he knows he's not going to get the kill. There's no follow-up to that stun. The only stun available was the stun that had already been used. And the Divine Storm is used trying to get Arthlon here, and it forces out Tranquility, but it's not enough from that shock and awe. That was good.
If that had happened like a second later, he would have had enough health to survive that shot and would have gotten away for free. So I guess they trade off the Ravenous Spirit. They don't have to worry about it for another 60 seconds or so.
3 heroics
but they lost. Yeah, that is true.
That is true. 3 heroics for 1. So they used Tranquility, but Divine Storm, Shock and Awe, and Ravenous Spirit were all used.
Yes.
But look at this.
They get a kill, and it has turned into a Dragon Knight. So it's certainly a win for C9 Maelstrom here going into the mid-game. They will be able to push down, depending on the response from SMG here, as to whether or not they are able to take a fort. And they are 4 mid at least, and we have Arthas still defending up top. Not sure what his plan is in terms of where he's going to rotate down, but this is a lot of pressure that SMG is seeing here, and they're going to have to respond to it, or they will lose this fort.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just like a lot of aggression. We saw the Gorge go down. Biceps getting very low. He's actually going to get shielded at the last second, but Soldier goes on in and gets the kill with the blink. Void Prison is going to go down and hits up 2 players here, locking them down. Dreadnought on the back line, able to provide a lot of aggression. Symbiote's in a pretty good position, 4v5 right now, in their favor. And Kenma, oh my goodness, the hook goes down, and it's real. Now the punt is there. KO's doing a lot of damage to Dunk Train. Dunk Train has to back up. Soldier is looking for that kill, but Zuna still retaining this Dragon Knight. He has 10 seconds left on it, and he's going to keep, using that extra health bar.
Yeah, considering that they had such a strong push advantage, they didn't get a lot done. They lost 2 heroes for it, so SMG had some really nice quick thinking there and picking up those kills. They were able to nullify the Dragon Knight's push and pick up a couple kills. They've taken the experience lead, so I will say in this situation that SMG is very slightly ahead.
Yeah, well, the Giant Camps were taken for each team, and the Knights here picked up for Cloud9 very quickly. The aggression is going to continue across the map. The Dragon Knight Shrines will be down for a little while, and Matt Timmy going to start on these by himself. Looks like KO says no, you're on your own. And in the top lane, they have to worry about these Knights. They don't want to lose their wall. Those walls are still very healthy, pretty much at full health. They don't want to lose them. And in the bottom lane, you see the Hearth back for the mana now. Just kind of everyone's just kind of rotating around the map, getting as healthy as you can, because once those shrines come back up, it's going to be a very big opportunity. Well, it's going to be a forced engagement essentially on everyone.
Yep. I would have said that there was a. Oh, did we miss the Gorge?
Did we miss it?
We missed
Oh
yeah,
my
okay,
goodness, there it is. Kubi with the cooldown.
We missed that. We did miss a gorge. Okay, so Arthas probably was hooked to the wall and then gorged over it. And of course, you can walk a hero through your gate that he cannot pass through after he gets gorged out. So they were able to pick up a quick kill on Arthas there.
And they're trying to pressure this bottom tower. They have the Knights. They're trying to pressure it. Zuna goes in immediately. Now, Zuna does have Panda Palace, so he's very safe doing this.
He is very
Dunk Train
far.
taking a lot of damage. A nice Void Presence goes down, locking down Biceps. Dunk Train gets the heal, but it gets into the Void Presence the last possible second. He's able to dash out here. Strafe is just going to town, but the Ravenous in return is doing just as much damage. Oh my goodness, Panda Pals used the last possible second, and the Shotgun doesn't really do a whole lot. Matt Timmy is just healing up after everything, and SMG is perfectly healthy. Chen has no health under those Panda Pals whatsoever, and he really just needs to go back to base.
So not a lot of kills exchanged, or none? Or
none.
actually,
Zero kills.
no kills were exchanged there.
Very close.
We see a lot of damage was done to Thought Knight. And really what it came down to was you saw Kenma on Uther, he sprinted in to deal with Strafe. He missed with his Divine Storm. He did hit a couple of other heroes with it, but that was the intent, was to just that was how we wanted to deal with Strafe.
Yeah.
Then ended up panning out, so we saw a lot of
damage. Oh my goodness, the hook there on Biceps. The root was almost true, but the sprint is going to get him out of here. If the sprint wasn't there, the hook would have been, you know, secured, or excuse me, the root would have been secured.
Absolutely.
And that would have been a kill, because that combo was so scary.
Yeah. It was a really nice heads up there from Dreadnought to know exactly where he was there. And like you said, sprint was very, very clutch in Nazebo surviving there. So, well, I mean, we see this position. They dealt so much damage to C9 that they're able to push.
They're going to get 16 first. And we're going to see their level 16 talents in just a second here. That's a big advantage to have that 16. Looking for the hook once again, but Zuna's going to retaliate and get Arthlon for free here. Such a big play. Waited in the bush, just came down with a flying kick, and they picked off a huge damage dealer. And SMG is in no position to fight at this point.
Yeah, Vala is very squishy. She can't get into those types of positions that she found herself in. This doesn't necessarily mean that Dragon Knight is going to be taken, because we see that KO is taking care of the top shrine. They're going to have to stall as long, or for another at least 20 seconds before they can get their full team ready to fight. And they're going to go up and try to contest this. There's no way that Tassadar can do anything about this. So.
No, this isn't a turn-in. You can't just throw Size Storm to delay it. All they have to do is stand on it to cap it. Yep. So Tassadar really can't just sit there and delay it for a long time. But SMG rotated to the bottom lane, as I saw.
They're doing a good job stalling here.
They're keeping the stall. They have Vala is back up now, has to run back from the base, but they will have 5, and they'll be strong enough to fight once again. Level 16 for both teams. Let's take a look at the talents.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so we do see that Pulverize was taken for Dreadnought. Of course, that's going to be used to deal with the Ravenous Spirit, but he didn't take the range upgrade at level 13, so he's going to have to find himself in an even better position in order to get close enough to deal with that Ravenous Spirit. We see the Root upgrade from Malfurion, Blood for Blood, double singularity spikes, and the Dimensional Shift upgrade for Tassadar. All pretty standard. Actually, we can talk about Tassadar's upgrades. Used to see him take double Size Storm in this position, but now he's taking the speed and healing.
Oh my goodness, Zuna's taking a lot of damage. Panda Pals will be used almost instantly. Actually, we see the heals coming up, keeping up for longer than he has to use it. He will delay it for every minute that he can, but here it goes. Void Prison on 2 members. King Caffeine and Kenmar locked down for a little while, but Dunk Train coming down, doing so much damage. That Shock-and is a big one. We see the Ravenous Spear just going to town, and Mad Timmy is able to sustain it with his... Oh, he actually uses Ice Bucket the last possible second.
Gorge and Kenma.
And here it continues on, going on with the heals, and the Gorge, like you said, doing a lot of work, and SMG managed to retain most of their members, but KO backing up the last moment here. King Caffeine able to stabilize with Army of the Dead. That stun is just hitting 3 members. If he hit the hook on Kenma, it would have been huge, but he does not get it.
Oh, you guys are killing me here. I'm going to have a heart attack by the end of this fight. There's some really nice play. I think that the fight ended up starting out really well for C9 just because of the position that Dunk Train was in. Like, it looked like Chen was dashing really far forward. They tried to capitalize on this. They got the nice VP to zone out the rest of the team. But the position that Dunk Train was in, he came in from above. He was able to do some serious damage to those who were trying to deal with Panda Pals. And that gave C9 a really nice start to the fight.
And it gave him a huge start, man. And you see the Dragon Knight pressuring this top lane, just kind of walking down. Cloud9 actually able... You know, it didn't look like they overwhelmingly won that fight, but they got the Dragon Knight. So in the end, this is going to help them get to 20. It's going to give them the experience they need from these towers. Potentially a fort here, but SMG doesn't want to give this up. But at the same time, they're still soaking bottom lane. They want to make sure they get their experience. They don't want to sacrifice every single member to defend this Dragon Knight. And, oh, Soldier.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh my goodness, that's huge, but he's forced to use his dash to get back on out. The Root goes down, not going to get anyone, almost able to stun. The pair with Stitches and the Root. I mean, you just slam them while they're standing on the edge of it. You might be able to lock them in.
That's a lot of damage.
Taking so much damage, I don't think Army of the Dead is available.
No, let me check real quick. I believe... No, it is not. There's another 3 seconds to that
3
cooldown.
seconds, okay.
He was able to pop his Stone Skin and get a protective shield, though, to keep him alive in that situation.
and he's been healed up by the Uther player, and he's got Army of the Dead in his back pocket, so now he's much more capable of being aggressive in the front line. Tassadar is still continuing to just kind of soak. He's just saying, look, we want to make sure we hit 20. The Dragonite is actually going to expire, and they don't get the fort.
Yeah, as a pretty nice defense there from SMG.
This is aggressive. This is
yes,
aggressive.
It is.
They don't have all 5 members. Tassadar is immediately making his way up to the top lane. Dreadnought taking so much damage from the Ravenous Spirit. He's going to end up falling here. We see the rotation down. Arthlon, Matt Timmy have to back up, so only Dread's going to fall here, but they're going to steal the Knights away.
Yeah, we saw that Soldier was pressuring in from the behind there to deal with Nazebo's Ravenous Spirit. He's sort of just poking really quick. Unfortunately, Dreadnought found himself in a position where the rest of his team had to go through Cloud9 Maelstrom to save him, which is just not going to happen. So
yeah, I mean, they saw that